The sec, it's streaming now. Yeah, here we are. We are live now. Guys, welcome to everyone one more time. Good evening, good afternoon, or good day to everyone. Today we have the April edition of the pitching session dedicated to crypto venture capitalists and great Web3 startups. Today we have NFT, gaming, metaverse, infrastructure projects, very cool ones, carefully selected. And as usually, before we start pitching session, where founders will present their projects on seed rounds for private deals with investors, I want to give a short word to each and every of venture capitalists here, just to present your investment thesis and give some hints to startup founders of what are you most interested in and what added value maybe you bring to your portfolio companies after investing. And yeah, ladies first, Elaine from Waterdrip. Would you love to present Waterdrip Capital? Elaine, do you hear us? I think she has some problems with the tech. So next one, on Yavin from Telegence Fund.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, very well. And we see beautiful
great.
background. Everyone gets jealous.
Yeah, it's real. So first of all, I'd like to thank Nelly and the InnMind team for inviting me for today's session. I'm the founder and managing partner at Telegence Fund, a crypto VC fund that is completely focused on the metaverse and more specifically, blockchain-based games. With regards to Nelly's request discussing our thesis, so beside our focus, we will always be analyzing everything related to the crypto startup, starting from the team. And when I say analyzing the team, obviously it means that we're analyzing the experience and abilities of the team members. But we have to remember that with crypto, it's very, very complicated. It's not just if it's a developer, for example, it's not just the past experience and knowledge with regards to development in general. It has to also be relevant for blockchain development. If it's the token economics of the project that we are analyzing, then we're talking about everything around the token economics for the fundraising, the token economics, the in-game token economics, or the entire economy's token economics, and so on. And the third example that I will mention is everything around the project's abilities, capabilities for marketing. And obviously we're talking about crypto marketing, which is completely different than any other type of marketing out there. And I can continue, and the list is very long, but I'll let the other speakers introduce themselves. So that's in a nutshell, and I'm looking forward to hear the pitches today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, On. And just for all those who were not enough listening to On, in a couple of days we will have a great interview with On Yavin about investing in gaming and metaverse projects. He will talk about how he makes the decision-making, investment decision-making, and a lot of interesting topics we touched. So keep attention to InnMind YouTube channel. We will release it in a couple of days. Thank you, On. I see that Elaine finally solved technical problems. So Elaine from Waterdrip Capital, would you love to give us a small hint about your investment thesis and fund?
Okay, hello everyone. This is Elaine from Waterdrip Capital. Our capital was founded in 2017, which was by a group of OG pioneers. And nowadays we have invested in more than 150 projects. So very from like infrastructure, like DeFi, Metaverse, NFT, Web3, GameFi. And we not only provide with money support, but also with all around post-investment services. So yeah, such as like we provide the listing part. We are close with the tier 1 CEX such as KuCoin, Huobi, OKX, and like Bybit. So, and another one, we provide our portfolio with IDO platform. And also we are the co-founder of Noah Club, which is the crypto alliance in Asia. So we can onboard with the next round fundraising. And we are also we are also the shareholder of Contelegraph Chinese, which is also the very top and famous blockchain media. And very thanks again for InnMind inviting us, because we already cooperate with InnMind for several times, and InnMind always introduce us very good portfolios. And we also we also like invested in Mertis, which is also, we are also the early investor, also gained us like 100x like gainer ROI, so which is performed very well. And we are also the early like investor of Cosmos, Filecoin, like Polkadot. So we are looking forward for like infrastructure and Web3 and Metaverse projects here. Thank you for everyone.
Amazing, Elaine. Thanks a lot for this detailed intro, and I appreciate a lot your speed of reaction to the startup intros. Waterdrip really does the due diligence and startup analysis quite rapidly and comes back to the founders with the offer in very short timing. So that's impressive. Thank you.
Thank you, Nelly.
Next, but not the least, of course, Jonathan Habich. Yeah, sorry?
No worries. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Jonathan Habich from
Hi, guys.
RedKit Capital. Hi, Jonathan.
Yeah. Hi, Nelly. Hi, and thanks for having me again. I think it's been a while since I've been on one of these sessions, but it's always a great pleasure. So super good to be here. I'm Jonathan from 369 Capital. We're pretty much newly established fund operating since January, based in Switzerland. From our investment thesis, we are trying to not to limit ourselves to any specific ecosystems or categories in this market. So we're trying to keep our eyes and ears open. If it's DeFi, Metaverse, different protocols, we believe that in every niche there are great teams and great products, and it's about identifying them and then working with them. We try to put ourselves into a position when we invest where we are in kind of a lead position. So where we help the projects build out the cap table, bring in the right partners, support them in everything token related and strategy related when it comes to structuring the rounds and bringing product and token to market. And I personally been doing that, I think, for more than 3 years now. 369 is like the newest endeavor I'm doing that under, but personally have a pretty broad experience with that, I think. So I'm happy to listen to these pitches today. Super excited. Thank you, Nelly.
Thank you, Jonathan. And Jonathan, in a very humble way, mentioned about supporting cap table. I want to add here, he is extremely well connected with other value-added VCs. And as per our experience, when he likes the startup and decides to invest, he easily can introduce you to tens of different funds from his network. So the round building becomes a very, very prompt and fun story. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Ken from Magnus Capital, would you love to give a short intro?
Yeah, sure. Let me just give a short intro here. I'm Ken. I'm from Magnus. I'm the head of research for Magnus. We were founded in 2017 as an institutional partnership fund. we're one of the most renowned VCs actually in Web3. We're in a very good position, and over the years, we've invested in more than 250 projects as strategic partners, incubators, advisors, and we'd like to pride ourselves on, most of all, being value providers. And our ethos is about empowering projects, teams, and ideas. Yeah.
Thank you, Ken. You are perfect timing, super prompt and super down to the point. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Caroline Chang from Chainfear Capital. Would you love to give a short intro? Caroline? Yeah, maybe again, some tech problems. Then Dmitry from WhiteStar Capital, the new fund in our network. Dmitry?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Nelly. Hi, everyone. Thanks for inviting. I'm very happy to be here today. So to tell you more about WhiteStar Capital, we are an international fund based in United States, Europe, and Asia. We have 1 billion assets under management in several funds, a VC fund, debt fund, a growth fund, and a digital asset fund, of which I am a member. On the digital asset fund, we have an investment amount of $50 million. We have finished deploying it, or in the process of raising a second fund of $120 million. We mainly invest in 3 verticals, which are DeFi, gaming, and creator economy, all around the NFTs, basically. And we generally invest between 500K and 10 million in pre-seed, seed, and Series A, both in equity and token. So happy to be here today to learn more about projects.
Wow, that's impressive. Thank you, Dmitry. 1 billion under management, right? That is what you said.
Exactly, but not only in digital assets.
Yeah, okay, I got it. Thanks a lot. And Asa Hutchinson from Pluto Digital VC. Asa? Okay, moving next. And I see that he just rejoined us again. Ivan Simanov from CREOEngine Capital. Ivan, would you love to give a short intro about CREOEngine, new fund? Ivan, do you hear us? Okay, so no worries. I think that the tech problems will overcome soon, but we will not wait until they are fixed. The investors who will be able to unmute themselves later on, they can make brief intros in between of the startup pitches, right? I know that everyone is waiting for this, so let's start with startups. And I ask to unmute and take over the mic, CREOEngine CEO.
Hi there, guys. So I'm glad to be here on board. So I should just start my pitch right now, I suppose. Okay.
Amazing. Yes, Daryl, please. You have 5 minutes to pitch.
All right. I shall do it. So
presentation, everything is perfect. Go on.
Okay. So first of all, thank you everybody for having me on board, this wonderful productive meeting. So basically, we are a project based in Indonesia, and basically I'm the one that's spearheading everything. I'm the CTO and co-founder. And also, we are basically trying to amass a collective library of games, right? And I think if you guys have played Steam before, we're doing something similar to that, where we're not just, assembling a massive library of games, but we're also providing, player added value to these games as well. But of course, our major selling point is that all these games below our platform are able to be interconnected. Now, this basically means a game is able to send one asset to another game for various uses, right? So you can imagine one item from one game could have other uses in different types of games below the platform. Of course, to get this done, we actually funded our own in-house studio called Domina Games, which basically I'm also trying to run too. And we're trying to create 4 games that complement each other in a way. But of course, we're developing 2 of these games in parallel as we speak. And essentially, if you look at these types of games, a basic form of interoperability or interconnectivity is that if you play a crafting game and you can craft a weapon on that one game, that very same item can be used in a separate game entirely for various uses, right? And all this is done under our platform through our, infrastructures and our protocols. So of course, moving on, another thing that I want to talk about is, I do believe this philosophy basically enables players to transcend the games they play. So when they play a video game and they want to move to another game, their assets from the previous game could have other uses for those games as well. So that just, breaks the barriers down from traditional gaming now in this Web3 space. Of course, moving on, another thing I like to talk about is I do believe that our platform wants to facilitate this securely. And we want to ensure that assets could go through, individual channels without being duplicated or being exploited. And we want to make sure that all these games maintain the integrity of the games that are next to each other. And of course, this is what our platform aims to do on a grand scale. Now, moving on, of course, as an example of our marketplace is an all-in-one marketplace containing every single game below the platform. And the marketplace basically tell you where the assets can go to and where items can go to and what these items can be used for. Of course, moving forward, let's talk about something that I'd personally like to talk about called universal assets. Now, I did mention that we do want to add value to the games that players play, right? So universal assets does that, where an asset can be used in multiple games, not just one particular game, right? And the best part is that you could share these lands, you could share these assets with other players so that they could actually work together and create shops for each other for these individual games. And of course, each game that join our platform will have the opportunity to program themselves differently depending on how developers want their games to be designed with these universal assets. So of course, moving on, basically everything below the platform is governed under one token. And of course, players who hold our token could have certain things like pioneering voting rights for certain games, basically rewards like NFT rewards, token rewards. And of course, we also want to incubate games one day if our platform does make money, especially in Indonesia. The market is ripe and full of developers are onboarding themselves as we speak, in this industry. So of course, moving on, our go-to-market strategy is quite simple. Like, honestly, we want to make high quality games, right? So aside from games, a lot of platforms have mini games, as you've noticed, but we want to make high quality, conventional quality games where we could actually attract conventional players to try out our games. And this is what we truly believe in, that a shift is happening in this industry. And, I truly believe that if this is the case, then an all-in-one platform containing many of these high-quality conventional games could be a good fit, especially in the Southeast Asian market. Of course, moving on, this is pretty straightforward. This is our company right here. As you can see, we have a staff of decades of experience combining. I think we have about 42 people plus, I think, working day and night, trying to get these projects off their feet. But, we have a very dedicated team, and we're very much proud of the things we're trying to do in our offices and our creative spaces. So of course, we do have private allocation left of actually, I believe, $200,000. And, we're very much open to, investors coming on board and, advising us and working with us. And this is why practical we're here to give you a primer of what we're trying to do. Of course, moving on, these are our partners. And I believe we met Anyavin a couple of times already. And, as you can see right there, and I think we're working very closely with them as we speak. So of course, yeah, we're very much quite acquainted with everybody. And we really want to work together, productively and actively in this space. So of course, yeah, this is basically it. This is our team. We're pretty much a solid background of developers, organizers, conventional businesses, and the like. And me personally, I'm also a game developer. I've been making games for quite a while, actually, since I was young. So, I pretty much have a passion for indie games of the sort. So yeah, we have solid broad advisors as well. And this is basically where we stand. And yeah, we're very much happy to be here to talk about who we are. So yeah, thank you. And I think this is pretty much it about us, a small primer, I suppose. Is that fine, Nelly?
Daryl,
Yeah.
thanks a lot. You are perfectly in time, and
Oh yeah.
impressed
No
by
worries.
your pitching skills. It's a big stage,
Thank you. Thank you.
But you can
Well, thank
imagine
you,
that
guys.
you're on a big stage because around 50 people are watching us also on YouTube.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. So, yeah. Questions from investors to Daryl, please. Unmute
Please.
yourself and feel free, to ask questions.
Yeah, hey Daryl, here's Stan from ScaleSwap, the ideal
Hi, Stan.
platform. Very cool
Cool.
pitch again. Really,
Thank you.
really impressed. And can you please elaborate a bit more? So it's basically about you building a kind of Steam for crypto games, right?
Yes. And I think one of the things we're trying to develop also that we're especially keen on making, Stan, is a developer tools system, which I forgot to mention because it's only 5 minutes. But, we want to make sure that developers who join our platform are able to know what games they can connect with in terms of how they could interoperate their games with other games below the platform. And I think we're trying to work with, I think Michaela and Aziz are from, I think we spoke to them a couple of times already, and, talking about possibilities of collaboration with their games, with our games, through utilizing our infrastructure. So yeah, we're very much keen in developing, how do we actually scale this up, especially with developers coming en masse, to us. So yeah, I think that's what we're trying to do, Stan, is, find ways to mass adopt this, especially with developers in Asia, because I think there's a lot of developers in Indonesia, especially. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
But besides this infrastructure tools, you are also building games itself, right?
Oh yeah.
So
So
you're
yeah,
building...
The games we're making are in-house, and yeah, we have a team of game designers and art directors, doing the whole thing with me in our office, actually in BSD City in Jakarta. So yeah, we're very much trying to get this all set up properly. Yes.
Oh, cool, cool. And do you have some traction? So basically, are somebody else using your tools, your game developer tools, besides of you?
So basically the tools are not done because actually we want to make sure that's safe and secure. Right? I think we're very much hardworking ensuring that these tools they have good integrity, right? So when they're done, we're much going to have these tools over to, I believe some of our partners and some of our affiliates to try and use them if they can, and we'll probably improve upon it, if they have any feedback or any issues with it. So yeah, we're still very much in the early stages of the whole thing, but we're very much here to also find out what's possible and what's not, and how we can actually scale this up in this space, especially, yeah.
Thanks. And my last question about token utility. So what's basically the utility of the token? Because I'm not fully got this.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I think I just glossed over it because so basically, just to elaborate even further, right? The entire platform is governed under one token, right? And every game will be utilizing this token to some extent. Either you want to cash out your token or, utilize it for certain, assets or whatnot. But I think one of the two utilities that I want to emphasize the most is, if players hold our token, they could have certain rights to certain games, right? If games come over the platform, they could have early access to these games. And if games come over the platform, they could have certain voting rights for these games, right? Depending on how much tokens they hold. We could create a lot of programs that facilitate that too. So players will have this sense of exclusivity and validation, so to speak. I mean, this is a gaming platform, so we want players to feel that they were empowered somewhat, Stan, when they hold these tokens. So that's in terms of utility. But also another thing that we want to emphasize the most is that, with these fees, this is also a gas token, right? So if players transact and trade items, we do take a fee out of, items or transactions, so to speak. And we use a certain part of that fee to buy back a large part of our tokens. I think also another thing that's very important is we want to maintain the price of our tokens. So buying back our tokens, utilizing or allocating these fees to do so is also very, very, very much important, so to speak. And yeah,
so you're using your own blockchain, or are you deploying on top of?
So at the moment, we're deploying on top of BSC network, but we do have interests in the future, practically to create our own blockchain, should that be possible. I think we have a few developers who could do that in about a year or 8 months, but it's, that's still quite some time, but we're doing BSC first, Stan.
Okay. No, thanks. Very cool. And let's chat later. So we at ScaleSwap are very interested in
so
amazing
much,
infrastructure projects, and it seems like you are one of these infrastructure projects. So let's chat.
Thank you very much, Stan. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you, Stan. And since you were muted, I didn't give you a chance to introduce yourself. So after we finish with Q&A with Daryl, you're welcome to do so. Meanwhile, are there any other questions to Daryl from investors? So I don't see unmuted.
Hello.
Oh, Elaine.
Hello.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Hello, Elaine.
Hello there. What do you think about you compared to Gala?
So, Gala and Nakamoto, and I think there was one more, I forgot the name, I apologize, but they are competitors and we could draw many comparisons to them, right? But primarily one massive difference is our interoperability, right? Which I personally believe is very much something that's going to happen in this industry, where a player's assets are determined not by the games they play, but how valuable that particular asset is in several games, right? So what we're trying to do is emulate that somewhat with our platform, because like I said before, there will come a time where players are not bound to the games they play. And one way that happens is if assets could somehow transcend the barriers between games. Now, let me just elaborate further on this as well, since while we're at the topic, right? I think interoperability can happen in both big and small ways. But let's say you kill a monster and that monster drops an item. You could use that item to craft collectibles in maybe 10 to 20 different games below the platform. So this sense of dynamic is what we're trying to emulate as well with our platform. So if you ask us about a comparison, Elaine, perhaps that is a big stark difference, so to speak, if you're talking about the difference between us CREOEngine and of course Gala Games and Nakamoto Games and the sort.
Got it. Thank you for your
Sure.
answer.
Thank you, Elaine.
Thank you, Elaine. Okay, I guess we are done with Q&A to Darrell. And Darrell, good job. I already have a couple of requests to send your pitch deck. So please, again, every founder, check that you uploaded your pitch decks to your startup profile, because we will need it to send it to VCs. Thanks a lot, Darrell.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
And before we move on to RedKit NFT, Stan, can you please briefly introduce yourself, since you didn't have a chance to do it at the beginning?
Sure. Thanks, Nelly. So my voice is still a bit lower than usual because I'm sick, but I will try. So my name is Stan. I'm co-founder and CTO of ScaleSwap. And ScaleSwap is the world's first IDO launchpad, because we have a community which needs to hold tokens of our projects, what we launched on ScaleSwap, in order to participate in next IDOs. And we launched in 2021. We had 2 unicorns already, and we are working very close with InnMind on various topics, and especially on deal flow. We are not focused on a special vertical. We rather look on every strong project, because every project in every vertical can have a certain impact, if especially if the founding team is right. So we are looking on the founding team very carefully. Other than that, we are offering incubation acceleration services for the startups, where we, let's say, identifying gaps of the startups and trying to close those gaps within our team. And we are also investing in startups. So happy to be here, enjoying the pitch.
Thank you, Stan.
Yeah.
Very informative. Thanks a lot. And right now, I want to give a microphone to Nicholas, the founder of RedKit NFT. Nicholas, are you here? Ready?
I am. Hi. How's it going?
Perfect. Hi, Nicholas. You can start screen sharing your pitch deck.
Great. So, guys, we're RedKite NFT.
Excuse me, we don't
can you see?
Yeah, right now.
Can you see my screen?
Right now, yes, it's moving.
Great. So, guys, my name is Nick Moliketti. I'm one of the founders of RedKite NFT. I have my co-founder Toby on the line also. We are classified as a NFT marketplace, but I think the first thing I just want to say is, anybody has around NFT marketplaces, what they think it does, that is not us. The only reason why I say we're an NFT marketplace is because it's the closest thing to be related to. Okay, effectively, we have built a platform from the ground up. We are an NFT marketplace which is completely, wholly, and 100% art first. The beginning of our project doesn't start with digital designers behind a computer putting various different heads on a chicken and uploading them onto various different marketplaces globally. Okay, we have a relationship and are managing sets of the world's most famous street artists, and we are bringing them into Web3. The entire team is art, has art reputation and art history. I used to run a set of 7 galleries looking after print publishing for Damien Hirst, Bob Carlos Clark, William Klein, and Tracy Emin. Our head curator actually managed Damien Hirst and Tracy for a long period of time. Our chief marketing officer ran one of the 4 largest above the line ad agencies in the world. Our partner is a gentleman called Ben Ein. Ben was the founder of a company called Pictures on Walls. Pictures on Walls is actually the print publishing arm for Banksy. And so every piece that leaves a Banksy studio has a little stamp on it calling Pictures on Walls. And Ben Ein was the founder of that. He's our partner. Our studio partners, WAN, and Andy manage Ben Studio and also 47 of UK's biggest street artists, their relationship with global brands and their concepts and their commissions globally. We have 3 key pillars. Our first pillar is that we are art first, completely art first. Second thing is that we're fully curated. This is not a platform that third parties can just jump on and publish their pieces. We manage everything. We are absolutely a boutique and absolutely manage the look and feel of everything that goes out of our windows. The third aspect of this is that because we've been building this project from the ground up, we are fully white labelable. So not only can we be promoting our own artists and our own structures, we have contracts and are in discussions with brands, celebrities, sports businesses who want to launch their own NFT platforms, but they do not want to be going down the normal mundane routes, and we know all of those platforms. So we can actually give the keys to third parties to set up their own NFT platforms, mint, manage, and run their own NFT platforms utilizing our white labeled process. So look, here's that's the top line. NFT marketplace, but we're not. We are completely art first, street art first, and as you've seen on the presentation that you've seen in the background, we have some amazing artists. We have lead investors including Wintermute, NextGen, Smape. We have a set of angels, including those from Telegence Capital, from Long Term Ventures. We've raised over 2.5 million. The team is our tier 1. I started my first company at 16, sold it at 17. I've had private equity businesses, grown and sold tens of companies over the period, run KYC, banking and fintech companies out of various jurisdictions in the world. My partner, Toby, is actually also on the line. And what I'm going to do, if he doesn't mind, is I'm just going to put the utility of our token up on the screen, and he can just run you through for 2 minutes the utility of the token.
For sure. So, hi guys, great to be on here. Very sorry for some of the not so glamorous representation of this. We heard about this yesterday, but I can give you a quick top level run through of the token utility. So as Nick mentioned, we have RedKite, where we manage a stable of artists, but also our whole platform is white labelable. That creates a revenue for RedKite, but also it creates an ecosystem. So as the parties that become interested with us, they have a certain set of community, and if that community is to a high standard, we bring them into the RedKite ecosystem to create something that we call the Collectors Club. To be a part of this Collectors Club, you need to get your kite tokens and you need to stake them within a pool. The longer that you stake within this pool, the amount of benefits that you get are increased. So currently, just looking at RedKite, the tiers that you can progress through will give you certain benefits, such as getting whitelist spots for certain drops, gaining access and direct communication to certain artists, getting certain physical deals that you wouldn't otherwise be able to touch, being able to test the platform out early, and gaining access to the tools that we develop. We can then expand this into our whole ecosystem of the Collectors Club. So if another company comes on board, we like what they're doing, we give them the right label tick, we bring them into this, and they are then also getting benefits from those other platforms. RedKite as well is trying to accrue as much value as possible towards the token instead of the equity. So every revenue stream that we have as of RedKite, through the primary sales, secondary sales, white label, percentage fees and base fees, all go into and are shared in this staking pool. So part of those revenues are shared with the users. The longer you stake, the more you get. If you at any point unstake from this pool, you lose your rewards, you lose your benefits. Another model that...
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but you're already getting significantly over 5 minutes limit. So can you please just finish the sentence, what you wanted to say, and then we will go for Q&A. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll finish. The last point is, with these people that we bring in, we attach them into the ecosystem, and they come in with an investment into the staking pool, of which they get repatriated rewards from. If they leave early, some of that is slashed and shared with the users. Sorry for the overrunning of time. The 5 minute challenge is a fun one, but yeah, quick.
I know, that is why I'm here, to control this. Okay, Toby, Nick, thanks a lot for your presentations and questions to RedKit team. Please, investors, don't forget unmuting yourself. Yeah, on? Sure.
Yeah, hi, thank you for presenting. I wanted to ask the first question, why did you choose art over other industries?
Because that's our background. We're art experts. And it's the history is actually that the businesses that we had were in print publishing. So you work with the artist, you create a piece, you create a body of work, you release it. It has a print and it has a certificate of authenticity. Together it creates value. It is actually the manifestation of what NFTs are today. Okay, you have the image, and then you have the blockchain representation, which is a certificate of authenticity. It's exactly the same methodology. And nobody, okay, Henny and Hearst are doing it great, but no one's doing it for everyone. And so we're bringing this in effectively in the best possible way. As I said, we're not the marketplace. We're the guys who've got great relationships with great artists, and we have great techies and great blockchain developers who work with us and work for us. Ultimately, we are becoming the future agents for these tier one international artists in Web3. So exactly how agencies would have done it historically, how they would represent these artists and not only bring out images, but to work with brands, to introduce them to third parties, to bring them into this sphere is exactly what we're doing. And that's our product. But we happen to have also built our own proprietary platform and releasing everything ourselves as well.
Sounds good. And another question, obviously you're well aware, and you mentioned it yourself at the beginning of your presentation, that there's many NFT marketplaces out there already, and you are not a marketplace, but you're calling yourself one, so you will understand, and I completely get that point. But let's say that you are a marketplace, how do you differentiate yourself compared to the NFT marketplace, or how do you make the artists work with you over working with other NFT marketplaces?
So for a start, and this is the fundamental, is the artists are ours. The artists work with our studio already. Okay, the relationship is there, the contract is there. We actually don't want exclusivity over our artists in the Web3 world. We've got these relationships, and we tell them, go and do your releases with Nike, with Coca-Cola, do whatever you got to do, because in the end, it brings more value to our relationship with them. And in the end, they're artists. Okay, they come to us for the curated angle that we're doing, our expertise, and also the process. I'll give you an example. And this is one of the reasons why we're so different, is our relationship with these artists are real. Okay, this isn't a 3-minute AMA, get up, let's talk 3 words about an artist and then get rid of them. Our artists are followed by us, okay? When they're producing the product, the NFTs, we have film cameras in the studio. We're following them, we're interviewing them, we're discussing their process with them, and we're introducing that process weeks before to our community. We're showing them Ben in the studio, we're showing them our guys about how he layers the cans and what the whole process is. So they feel a part of it, even before we've even released the NFT, okay? On our Discord channel, 2 artists will turn up and they'll have an argument about the best model of a spray can, okay? It's random, okay? So the reason why we classify ourselves as an NFT marketplace because it's when you come to buy our products, but actually we're a representative hands of these guys who we really truly care about, okay? And we're bringing them into a sphere which they are afraid of, and we're bringing them into that. As they trust us in the real world, they trust us in Web3.
Understood. Last question. Who's your CTO, and what's his or her capabilities with regards to blockchain?
So we have a team of blockchain developers, and we have advisors who have their own, let's say, independent blockchain businesses. Our technical lead is Toby, who runs that as the point. Toby, you can give your background if you like.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been working with Nick for about 2-3 years now. We've worked on a number of projects. One of them was developing a tech service for Unilever. One from that, we've gone on to blockchain products. I manage the tech team. I'm more speak on the functionality side of things, but our lead developer has been in the blockchain for 6 years plus, and a Web 2 developer for 8 years plus. And all our developers are in-house. All of our stuff gets audited by Grant Thornton, and it all comes back with ticks everywhere. So we're all good on that front.
Understood. Thank you for answering all the questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, On, for your questions. And any other questions to RedKite team from VCs? Don't forget unmuting yourself, guys, if you want to ask questions. Okay, I guess.
I will ask one question.
Sure.
I have in mind. So, guys, thanks. Hey, thanks for the pitch. Maybe I missed this, but do you also sell physical asset together with NFT, or it's only digital?
Stan, that's a great question, and it's always hard to localize what you're going to talk about in 5 minutes. One of the aspects that makes RedKite a degree more unique is the relationship with these artists in the real world. Part of the process and part of the methodology is to create real world assets. So canvases, anything from them spray painting a car to a wall to a canvas. So as part of our offering, 1 in perhaps 5 pieces that the artists create is physically backed by that asset. So what we can do is we can fractionalize a canvas. For example, let's say the canvas is worth £10,000, and we're going to issue 1,000 NFTs off the back of that canvas. We'll fractionalize it down and give a floor price to that NFT of that canvas. It's more of a utility to make the purchaser feel a part of the whole process. But yes, we do have a physical aspect to it. We just haven't released any yet in the physical aspect stand. So we're just talking about it less, but you're absolutely right. Yes, we do.
Thanks. So yeah, that's all.
Okay. Thanks, Stan. Thank you, guys. We will follow up shortly with you. Right now, I want to give the word to the next startup, EnVida, and the co-founder, Bahadir. Are you ready, Bahadir?
Actually, Mr. Hussein is the co-founder, while I'm his assistant. I'm going to help him with the Twitch. Not co-founder. Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, guys. I read what I have in your profile. So update the information, please. Okay?
Okay. It's my PC, that's why.
Okay. So please start screen sharing. I hope it's possible in this setup.
Yeah. Is it okay now? Can you see?
Yes, if you can make it a bit bigger, it would be perfect. But now it's already okay.
It's big enough, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Guess now.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I start?
You have your 5 minutes. Please go on.
Perfect. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I wish you an excellent week, and thank you very much for the time and opportunity to pitch our project here. I wish this could be the beginning of a collaboration which will be beneficial to both parties. Let me tell you about our project first, briefly. Dry mining is a mobile mining project that opens door to generating passive income for transportation and taxi companies. We enable companies to participate in the value chain of crypto market without having to make any capital-intensive investments. Basically, we are a mobile mining company. Our globally patented and CE certificated mobile mining hardware is mining 11 different cryptocurrencies using FPGA chips, including EnVida token. After establishing dry mining, as a result of the analysis and tests we made, we realized that average taxi and Uber is traveling around 400 kilometers per day. And this is how we came up with the idea of EnVida. Taxis and Ubers are already motivated by passive income to install dry miners. So we think that why don't we add a small sensor to these cars and collect data every second they work. EnVida sensors can measure 8 different environmental data sets, and it's recording to blockchain every second. we would like to create world's biggest environmental database by using already roaming taxis and Ubers in the traffic, without any additional monitoring expenses too. And these measurements will be dynamic, not stationary, like most of the governments and the companies are making environmental monitoring, but their hardware are stationary. They put it in one place and collect data from there. We're going to use the taxis and cars that already ride roaming around the cities. So we will have a dynamic data, which will be more valuable than the other ones, stationary ones. And let me show you our problems and solutions that we came up with. But before, our project is decentralized, independent, and unmanipulated because we're receiving environmental data and recording it directly to the blockchain. So it's transparent and unmanipulated. And this data will be sold only for EDA, EnVida tokens. That's how we are going to create an ecosystem. And here are the problems and solutions that we came up with. There is no financial incentive for data collection. Normal, regular drivers actually don't care about environmental data. They may not know about it. And even if they know, they don't care about it. But we are motivating them with generating passive income for these drivers and vehicles. So if they have Drive Miner, they can mine 11 different cryptocurrencies as long as they work their car. But if they have only sensors or cameras, they can only mine EDA, EnVida token. Because the Drive miners are using FPGA chips, so it's easy to mine other coins. So we can add more coins to them with adding new algorithms too. And one more problem. If you try to see your street view from these popular websites or applications, you know their names, you will find out an image which is very old, like 5 years, 10 years before they captured. They are not updated very well because these companies are using outsourced drivers or vehicles to capture this data or image. But we are going to use the already existing taxis and drivers in the traffic. So we can have a better updated data and image option for our customers. And our other difference from the other monitoring projects, we are using blockchain technology. So our data cannot be manipulated. So most of the car manufacturers are now monitoring environmental data. But this data can easily be banned on their purposes through their financial purposes. But our data is directly recorded to blockchain because we have a Raspberry Pi in our hardware and it's connected to internet. So every second the car moves, the data is going directly to blockchain. No one can change it. One sec, yeah. And let me tell you about the market size. Can you see the screen?
Yes, we can. It's a little bit slow.
Oh, sorry.
Collaborations.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah.
Market size.
As you see, the market size for the environmental data monitoring was almost $20 billion in 2020, and it's projected to reach around 43 billion by the time 2030. Also, we are going to add some street image and camera options to our products too. So there is a huge market for data, as all you know. We would like to be a part of it, basically. Our potential competitors are actually in dry mining side. We don't have any potential competitors because dry mining is a pioneer on the mobile mining technology. We are first one using it, and we are using the rechargeable energy in hybrid and electric cars because dry miners are not working on the regular engine cars. You need to have a hybrid or electric cars. Now, most of the Ubers are using hybrid electric cars now. So our device is using this rechargeable energy on these engines. So when you're driving a hybrid car, each time when you push the brake, the engine recharges itself, even if it uses this energy or doesn't, it doesn't matter. And our device is using this energy to mine 11 different cryptocurrencies. And on the EnVida side, there are some conventional companies collecting environmental data, like Siemens, Ford, or Google, but we would like to create a decentralized database on blockchain, which will be transparent and cannot be manipulated by anyone.
Guys, sorry, you are getting out of the time, so you can finish.
I'm done, actually. Basically, just let me show you our ecosystem. So I'm not going to talk about the tokenomics or others because we don't have time. This is basically our ecosystem. Our customers are our contributors, actually. They're going to collect data with scanners, sensors, and dry miners. This data will be recorded to blockchain. And the customers, B2B customers, can buy it with EDAT or with fiat. And when they buy with EDAT or fiat, we're going to buy EnVida token with 70% of fiat and mint it on the contributors again. And the EDAT will be staked to our contributors, and it's going to be mining rewards for them. Okay, that's basically all. There is one more important thing, but I don't want to take anybody's time.
You can tell about this thing in the Q&A part, and
Okay.
I encourage investors to ask questions. And just a short comment from our Telegram chat, I received a couple of comments about your project that it reminds people kind of step in for drivers or for taxi. So
yeah, we know about Stepin, but our company is, I don't know how old is Stepin, but we are working on this device since 2017. We are testing the sensors and miners since 1.5 years on the real cars in Berlin. In 21 cars, this is already testing, and we already have agreements with 360 taxis and Ubers in Berlin.
Okay, so please, questions from investors. Feel free to unmute yourself, guys.
So thank you for the presentation. Very ambitious project, without a doubt. I wanted to ask you, can you scroll to the partnerships slide? I saw it when you were scrolling.
Sure. Sorry for the internet. I think it's a little bit slow, but it must be here. Yeah.
No, there's another partnerships slide that I saw before.
Collaboration.
Collaborations, yes. Can you tell me a little bit more about the collaborations here?
Yeah, these are the platforms that we find some of our employees or some of our investors, or that we share the information about our projects. So basically, these are
understood. So
represent this, yeah.
So just to clarify, these companies are not companies that you signed the partnerships with. You have employees from these companies?
We don't have employees from these companies. We find employees via these companies, but we took the okay from them to share in collaborations part of our pitch.
Understood. Now, tell me, with regard, you mentioned that you're developing the products from 2017. What do you already have developed by now?
I can show you if you like. 1 sec. This is the dry miner that we told you about. This device is using FPGA chips for 11 different cryptocurrencies. And I have a video of its installation too. We are putting it in the back side of the car. And we already got CE certificate and worldwide patent for it. So it's ready to produce and sold in European Union. All the tests are done. It's safe. It's reliable. And this one is the environmental data sensor. Here it is. It's connected to Raspberry Pi, as you see. Here it is. Our customers can buy each one or together, doesn't matter. But the dry miner is for the B2B customers, because it's profitable when the vehicle works like 14 or 15 hours a day. So if you are a daily user, you have a hybrid or electric car, we don't recommend you to use dry miner in your car. But if you own a taxi or Uber or any transportation company you have, if your vehicles are moving around the cities like 14 hours, 15 hours, then you can buy dry miner and make profit from it.
Understood. Understood.
Just only information. If you choose, we have 3 products. If you choose environmental sensors or 3D scanner, there is just only proof of move and proof of stake. But if you choose drive miner, we can add with FPGA chips proof of work consensus. You can get with miner proof of work, and you have an option automatically 10 plus 1 like EnVida, 11 different cryptocurrencies for passive income. But if for normal customers like B2Cs, there is just only option EnVida token because there is not mining equipment.
Understood. Understood. And last question, with regards to regulation, did you have any legal advice, or are you working with any lawyers to make sure that this is actually something that you can do?
Yeah, we are based in Germany, and I don't know if you have more information. Germany here it's here it's very strong regulation. Just EnVida token, it's regulated from BaFin. It's finance regulation. And of the other side, like with data, we say we analyze nothing. We have just only raw data. And if we sold this data to other companies, the agreement extra, we say to B2B customers, if you buy data from us, you need special regulation who you are. If you are based in United States, we give just only data, raw data.
Understood. Understood. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying.
No problem. No problem. You're welcome.
Thank you, On, for your question. Any other questions to the team?
Yeah, guys, Stan here. So I'm also from Germany. Would be interesting to chat after the call. How you got a legal opinion from BaFin? It's not an easy job, as I know.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, utility token, security token, or currency token, and we are a utility token. And if you are a utility token, it's like a little bit easier in Germany with BaFin. If you are a currency or security token, you have then more requirements. Yes.
Yeah. No, I know this. I just heard from some project how difficult the conversation is with BaFin because they don't want.
Sometimes unbelievable, and we have strong lawyer. And if we have some questions from BaFin, and we work with strong lawyers.
Okay, I got you. So can you please tell something about your traction? So you are since 2017. How many cars have you so far supplied with sensors, and what is the state of your blockchain? Can we see the Ether? Can we see the explorer of the blockchain to see the number of transactions and so on?
Sure, I can answer one by one. Now, since 1.5 years, we are testing dry miners and sensors in 21 cars in Berlin. So tests are completed. We took our CE certificate, which is hard to get, especially on the car manufacturing sector in Germany. But we completed our tests. Now we have 360 closed agreements with taxi and Uber companies. We started producing our hardwares. We already produced 70, and until the end of May, this 21 cars is going to be like between 100 and 110. So we calculated that for one city, you need around 200 taxis, a city as big as Berlin. You need at least 200 taxis to get proper data. So in Berlin, we are more than that. We have 360 agreements with the cars, taxi and Uber companies. I mean, they are all B2Bs.
And point blockchain, we can show you, but we work with Vertex, and normally blockchain developer come to meeting, but they're traveling. But we can show one picture.
Yeah, we are going to use the STRT technology on our blockchain, which is made by Parity. I don't know if you're familiar with. This is going to be a sneak peek, actually, because it's not completed yet. The technical white paper is going to be ready in a few days, but you can see the main features here.
Sorry, where?
Can you see the picture?
Our products. So I see the picture, our products.
No, not that one. Sorry.
Guys, I think that you have some technical delays in your system. So I suggest that this kind of pictures and details you can share privately.
Yeah.
We will
Okay, great. I will send you.
We will introduce you after the session with Stan and with other interested investors.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very much for questions, Stan.
Thank you.
No
Thank
problems.
you to the team. Yeah, and we will move forward. Please finish your screen share.
Okay, sorry.
And I want to invite the founder of STRT button. Yeah, he's already here sharing the screen. Jay, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. Good day. Thank you. So first of all, thank you for InnMind and the VCs that joined this event. I'm Jumian. I'm the CEO of Start Button. And for more information about what is Start Button, you guys can directly visit our website, www.strtbutton.com. So STRT stands for Start. So we're aiming to be the Start button for everyone. So Start Button is we have a long-term business model that we built. So the project of us is a multi-chain DApp as a service. So we're implementing and deploying the EVM compatible blockchain only on top of our platform. So our current progress is already at a beta version, and we already launched our DApp, and everyone can directly come to our dapp.startbutton.com and have explored about our features. And we already launched our MVP. So we already launched our create token features, create token generator, and also our airdrop features. And also currently our total team is around 15 people, and all of them is Indonesian, and we have 20 plus backers and partners. So rather than share my pitch deck, so I prefer to share my DApp because we already built and already launched our DApp to you guys. So I want to share about my DApp. All right. So we implementing and we deploying the EVM compatible blockchain on top of our platform, on top of our DApp. So we provide the easy, simple, and independent tools for Web3 ecosystem. So who is Web3 ecosystem? First is retail investor, VC community, blockchain project creator that already launched their project, and for the blockchain project creator that haven't launched their project. So they can directly come to our DApp and use our tools. So this is the start of everything. So everyone can come to our DApp and they can start create. So we have the token generator, and we already launched this feature. So everyone can experience this feature. So you can type any token name you want. So we provide the simple token and advanced token. So for the advanced token, we have a lot of security and a lot of like differentiation, can mint, can burn, can pause, can blacklist wallet and everything at our token generator platform. And we also have like the airdrop generator. We have two type of airdrop generator. What make us better than the competitor is first, all of them is just using like the simple, it's like an easy or instant airdrop, but we have two. First, we provide the instant airdrop smart contract. So it's like you just need to pay one time and just use the smart contract only one time. But we have the reusable smart contract for airdrop. So everyone can pay, even the price is a bit higher, but you guys can use it forever, as long as the owner and the token address is the same. And also we have the smart contract. So about the smart contract, everyone can like create their own fasting system and can claim the fasting token on our platform. And we have the token cell. features, which is everyone can can skip the launchpad. They can create their own and raise fund independently. So it provides the easy, simple, and independent tools for everyone. Everyone can raise fund independently, and of course, we also provide the security system to prevent the rug pull scam project. And also for the staking system, for every blockchain project creator that already launched their project, they can create their own staking platform on our platform. So they just let the investor come to our platform and lock their token, stake their token, and earn some APY or APY. And also about the Mint NFT, this is last but not least, because we have another upcoming features. And about this Mint NFT, this is really interesting because this is the layer 1 features for art creators. So for the art creator who want to sell the NFT, they just directly come to our platform, they create the pool, they upload the NFT, and after they got the smart contract, they got the URL, they just directly share it to their member or maybe share to their fans and let them mint the NFT. So after they mint the NFT, they can directly connect their wallet, and it will be shown at the secondary marketplace such as Rarible or maybe OpenSea. And this is the key features, and we already launched 2 of them, and we are working with Smart Lock and the token sale. And the most unique selling point with us is our VIP space. So who can join our VIP space? Only our VIP member that can join our VIP space. So just by locking the start token, everyone can join the VIP space. So what's the benefit by being a VIP member? First, they can be our VIP. The second, they can earn passive rewards. Third, they can join the DAO system or governance system of us. And also they can join the private IDO. And also they can earn monthly income just by promoting our project day by day. So we not require any tier, or it's like a tierless system. So how much you can spend at a private IDO, how much you can earn from the reward calculator, it depends with your share. The share is your total token lock divided by the whole investor that locked their token. It will be your share. So based on your share, you can receive your passive reward and how much is the highest your allocation with your private IDO. And also our utility token, of course, first has to be the platform fee. The second has to be the listing fee. Third is the loyalty fee. And then private pool access. Of course, people need start token to join the private pool access, and also to earn passive reward. And last but not least, they need the start token to have the right to vote, join the DAO or the governance system. And so in rough, Start Button, what we build is totally a long-term business model at this Web3 ecosystem. That's enough for me. Thank you for giving us such a good and great opportunity to share about the Start Button, and looking forward to do a partnership with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation and good timing. Any
Perfect.
Any questions about STRT? Don't forget unmuting yourself, because we don't see if you raise hand or say something without unmuting.
So
I have one question.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go on. No, go ahead. It's okay.
Okay, thank you. So thank you for the presentation. I only have one question for you. I noticed that it says on your deck BSC. So I'm assuming that you built on the Binance chain?
Actually, yes, for now, because it's totally easy, fast, and famous, but we aim for the multi-chain. Why? That's why we're deploying and implementing this EVM compatible blockchain. It's just like BSC, Ethereum, Avax, Phantom, and Polygon. But for our second development, we will go to Polygon.
Understood. Okay, you answered my question. Thank you.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you, On. Stan, you wanted to ask something?
Yeah, I mean, so what you are developing is a kind of launchpad, right? So with advanced services, and so what are you offering? I mean, do you have a community, or what are you offering to projects besides of the technical tool?
So actually, what we do is Launchpad is one of our features. So we not launch the Launchpad, but Launchpad is one of the feature. But we have the 2 type of IDO system at our place. First is the public IDO, and the second is a private IDO. So everyone can create their own private IDO and everyone can join. But for the private one, we be the bridge between the retail investor to the early stage project. And what we can say that we want to build a huge and a strong community on our platform. So everyone who want to start to build their project, not just by raising fund, they can directly come to our place first. They can like create their token, like do airdrop and everything. And also for everyone, it's like for a retail investor who want to receive some like monthly income, who want to receive some like passive income, they can join our VIP space, because just by locking the start token, everyone can join the private IDO. But not only join the private IDO, they can earn money. And for calls, we're also opening the chance for calls. So every calls who want to like receive some rewards from us, we will do like the campaign. So every project that listed at our place, we will like make some campaign and let every calls and every influencer to make their own content to promoting about this project. And if they win, the prize or the reward will directly goes to them. Yeah, actually we want to build like a huge community and a strong community of like the DeFi project and the Web3 ecosystem.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Interesting.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you, Stan, for your question, and thank you for your answer and presentation. We will follow up shortly. Thank you. The next startup I want to give the word to is Aspens protocol. It will be a time for protocols right now. Scott, right?
Yes. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, and we see your presentation. You can enlarge it if you can. Perfect.
Okay. Great. Yeah, so my name is Scott. I am the co-founder of a company protocol called Aspens. Hopefully you'll see something a little bit different here. Quite simply, what we want to create is the ability for anyone to create their own capital market by giving anyone who wants one their own on-demand exchange, fully tradable for any asset. So in addition to creating the exchange, you can obviously trade them. I'll get into the details on how that works. We have a grand vision, and it's longstanding with me personally and professionally to democratize access to capital markets here in the United States. Many people have had access to robust capital markets and secure infrastructure, and basically a trust model for your finances. Most of the world doesn't have that luxury. We think it's high time that the rest of the world has the kind of capabilities that are readily available in the developed exchanges and securities markets and commodities markets here in the States and in Europe. I'll get into some of the details on that. But so yeah, granting vision is to give access to capital markets through on-demand exchanges. We're starting the first stage in this chapter is to create assets for institutional investors. We see a huge problem in private equity, hedge funds, VC firms, just basically capital markets, period, where most investors are locked up for long periods of time. You wire it over to someone. It's based on the trust model that they're going to give you your money back in 7 years, plus principal, plus whatever the interest is. Maybe if you're lucky, you get a quarterly report, but you can't act on that information because it's locked up somewhere else. You can't move on that information. There's no price discovery of what the asset is really worth in the intermediate period. It's a real problem. There's trillions of dollars locked in this underutilized or non-utilized, illiquid treasury of assets, namely capital. So what we've created is quite simply the ability to make it really easy to create your own exchange. So one click or a few clicks, it's all API driven to create an exchange, another set of clicks to create the asset or the listing or the pair. Those are 3 words to describe essentially the same thing. Whatever you want to list, we've abstracted the concept of what a full financial centralized exchange model is and are flipping it on its head and giving it to anyone who wants one. So create an exchange, create the listing or listings, gate who can access your exchange, click a few more buttons, check marks, and you're good to go. And we're building it in a modular way such that it's completely deployable on-prem or hosted as a SaaS model, or completely decentralized. We're going for optionality here. And we're plugging in multiple wallets on different chains. So whichever settlement layer you want to have for your asset, or if it's an on-chain asset or an off-chain asset, regardless, you have instant finality and perfectly verifiable security of your counterparty. What we want to do is completely eliminate counterparty risk in the world. Some product designs, making it quick and easy UI, kind of thinking of tutorial based or WYSIWYG or wizard based to create what you need, and gate access to who can trade on your exchange and under what conditions. We'll have a KYC AML process whereby your participants can be vetted, and then that gives them entree into other investment opportunities if you so desire. You can totally optional, very customizable. That's the thing we're going to keep hitting. I want to reiterate that our purview is that we're unlocking the ability to have value transfer across the web. Obviously, Web 1 we can consider just publishing information. Web 2, read write with AJAX and information flowing back and forth across the world. But what we don't have is a secure, decentralized way to truly easily move value across the internet. We think by giving everyone the ability to create their own exchange and participate in a decentralized exchange for any asset, we're going to unlock the ability to truly, freely, flow value across the internet in a way. So again, create listings, launch the exchange, and bring your participants to whoever you want to trade for whatever the asset is. So again, reiterating, we're going through what was traditionally you put some money in and maybe 5, 10 years later you get it out and you can't do anything with it. Ours, you can lock it into the platform. You can see the thing. You can divest or invest, fractionalized ownership, fraction of your thing if you want to fractionalize ownership, or tokenize a share of a fund, or quite literally, as I want to stress this, anything you want to list, you can denominate it in anything you want. It defaults to US dollar. We have UST as the backstop. You can choose, again, whatever your settlement layer is. I know I'm running out of time, so I'll be quick with this. Again, this is more of the technical aspects of how it's all integrated into various things. What we see is however you want to define us, our competitor landscape may or may not be a market of marketplaces. Every place has some way to buy and sell things. But what we see is that nowhere in there is their ability to provide price discovery. And so we have, again, a central limit order book model of centralized exchanges. That's like, TradFi world and CeFi web wave 1. DeFi is DEXs, that's wave 2. We're somewhere in the middle. So we're not a centralized exchange. We're not a decentralized exchange. We can plug into both. So we're kind of a third way or a middle way, taking the best from both worlds to combine them and facilitate the onboarding of any of true efficient capital flows around the world. The core tech is basically built out. By way of background, I was a day trader for many years. I built the core tech to be able to facilitate my own day trading. I was trading currencies, currency index futures, commodities, etc., for my own fund. In order to facilitate that trading endeavor, I built was essentially mounted to a mini exchange. So it's a matching engine, an order management system, trade routing technology, and trade settlement. I had it hooked into my brokerage accounts, but I've flipped those out for the crypto wallet. So it's a non-custodial solution in that respect. Although if you want to host your own exchange and have your own assets, you can have that be a custodial solution. And that's incumbent upon you to follow any regulatory guidelines that are whichever asset you're operating within. We're going to launch the coin, the utility coin later this year. Again, I'll get into the timing because I know I'm over time. I'm happy to discuss this further. There's a lot more to this. Generally moving up next year to make it generally available, working with institutional clients today to find more value-driven use cases. Just then quickly saying, here's all the core tech that's ability. It's all API driven, so you can do the things and you can integrate it into your own product as you see fit. So the most important ones are the crypto APIs that are, so you can have instant finality and perfect verifiability of the trade settlement that you're having, so you can truly have price discovery on the asset. We are in the midst of a seed round, raising 2 million for 15% token allocation. I'll happily share the tokenomics in much more detail. We have that available. I know I'm out of time. I'll just quickly have that. We want it. It's going to go to the team and a lot of legal things and some business development. We'd like to be essentially the preferred destination, complementing what the gentleman from STRT was building. Yeah, like a launchpad of sorts, but then taking it much further to be able to actually, once you've launched your coin, if you want to list your coin, great, go for it. Where is the avenue where you're going to trade it? Well, you can operate your own exchange and provide your own liquidity. We can also integrate with DEXs. We're talking with a number of major crypto market makers to be another source of market making for liquidity. It basically, you can bring your own liquidity depending on the asset that you have. here's the team, myself, my co-founder, who's got a deep background in product, finance, fintechs, who's at a unicorn, learned a lot from that. My other co-founder, deep experience in SecOps and infrastructure and secure systems. Again, my background was from day trading. I'm also, by way of a second career, a professional software developer, and the natural intersection of finance plus trading. I've been around and passively looking at the crypto space for many years. And so, yeah, bringing my expertise plus my team's expertise together to hopefully transform the way the capital markets operate in the world. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Scott. Thanks for your presentation. And let's wait for questions from investor side. Guys, please unmute yourself to ask questions if you have any.
So I have one question, please. And obviously, I think that there's room for many different exchanges out there, especially since there are already thousands of different coins and tokens, and I'm suspecting that there will be tens of thousands of active projects within a few years from now. But my question to you is the following. Do you think that there's going to be enough capacity for a white labeling exchange service? And obviously you do think that, because otherwise you wouldn't build the startup. But my question is, why do you think there's going to be enough capacity and enough demand? And for you to succeed, it means that tens of thousands of different projects would be interested in collaborating with you and using your white labeling service. So I was wondering about that. That's a pretty big number.
Yes, I fully recognize the potentiality of this solution. I think it's a big idea. I think it's the biggest idea I've had in my lifetime. The true answer is, I think you underestimated it by an order of magnitude. We haven't seen what is possible. There's 7 billion, 8 billion people on this planet. A lot of them haven't even woken up to the true potential of what crypto can offer. Obviously, I've taken what the concept of an exchange and distilled it to its first principle of buyers and sellers coming together, meeting at the best price possible and facilitating the transference of value for asset, right? That gets to the heart of commerce, that gets to the heart of trading. It's the very basis of how we conduct the capital market. We think that the number of coins is going to explode. There's going to be what we call the long tail. So if you go to CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, obviously the first 100 take the lion's share of the total value locked, but there's going to be millions, especially as platforms like ourselves, and it just becomes easier and easier to mint new tokens. So we're going to have kind of the long tail of many tokens. Also, the notion of fractionalizing ownership of an asset and trading it efficiently on the internet is still, we're going for legacy industries where it's a huge problem, where there's lawyers and paperwork and custodians and banks that take days or weeks, and they may or may not give you your money back. We think the number is actually much larger than that. And so, yeah, anyone who wants to create a market, if you're an NFT or a metaverse or an institution or whatever you really want, and you want to operate a market for your things, come talk to us and we'll give you an exchange, right? The cost curve used to be thought of in the hundreds or millions of dollars to operate a centralized exchange. We've dropped that down to a few API calls.
Sounds good. I actually have one more question for you. Are you going to offer market making as an internal service, or each of the project that would like to do this will have to take care of their own market making?
So us personally, that is not our core competency, although that's what I used to do in my professional day trading life. The arbitrage opportunities are pretty endless. We are speaking with the largest, you'll know their names, but I won't mention them here, market makers in the crypto world, to be a partner for them to choose which exchanges they're going to make the markets in, and we'll happily make those entrees as it's appropriate for whichever project is. We'll provide the integrations to be able to provide liquidity based. It's dependent upon which asset you're actually listing. If it's an on-chain asset, if you just want to list your coin and it's a BSC, or if it's an Ethereum, or if it's a insert coin chain, right? We're supporting the growing list of numbers, particularly Cosmos. I'm particularly interested in, given the nature of some of the attributes of that ecosystem. I'll pause there, but yeah, I'm happy to speak more at length about this.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you, On. Elaine, You
Yeah,
heard
hello.
Cosmos, you immediately triggered, right?
Yeah. Hi. Sorry. Yeah, I have one question here. So, yeah, I saw your dashboard for the demo. So there's like several like Pantera, LD Capital. So your target customer or market is kind of a hedge fund or like institution.
As the first chapter in a hopefully long story, a great book, we're targeting that as our go-to-market strategy initially, particularly crypto savvy funds, so we don't have to explain the blockchain story before getting to the product. We see there's a real problem that we've seen within hedge funds and private equity funds and real estate investment trusts and basically accredited investor world, if you want to call that. Where assets get locked up and they're illiquid and there's no price discovery to even know what the true valuation of the thing is because there's no market for it available, and it doesn't make sense conceptually for most people to think they're not going to create a market because that's not their core business. But if it's saying, hey, I'm now presenting a solution where it's now trivial to create a liquid market for whatever the asset is, such that the LPs can now take make a liquid stake if they so choose. So you can, let's say you have 10 investors that all put in 10 million into a $100 million fund. They want to divest or invest, or they want to actually value what their stake is. Now there's a market opportunity for them to be able to realize whatever that price discovery is and to transfer ownership without the need for going through lawyers and paperwork and custodians and placement agents that take the fee, right? We're trying to make capital truly efficient, and using crypto as the means via which to move value from person A to person B and eliminating counterparty risk.
So the kind of in the future, your like version will develop to the more C-end customers, such as they can, if they want to trade with the like crypto VCs, so they can use your tool, right?
Correct. Yeah. I don't want to overstate the broad applicability of what we've built, but we've genericized the concept of what it means to be able to trade literally anything for any purpose and provide a full suite of APIs in the infrastructure. So we're really an infrastructure play in the DeFi space, but beyond that, it's not just a crypto play. Crypto happens to be the settlement layer to remove the custodial aspect of using banks to move funds. But yeah, if I'm very interested to speak with basically high net worth individuals, family offices, hedge funds for their use cases, so that we can offer a compelling solution that's much more cost effective and adds true value that they wouldn't have otherwise realized on their illiquid asset or the quite frankly non-liquid thing. So you can make it liquid. So we're saying everyone get liquid.
Okay, so now you are fundraising for the equity, right? And in the future, you maybe like transfer to the release token or something.
So we're doing a token raise. I'll speak briefly about that, and I'm happy to speak more at length about what we're doing. But so there will be a utility token. This solution does not require a token, but we are building a coin into the offering of the product suite, such that if it's like BNB essentially, where there's cost advantages to using it. Dividends and disbursements will accrue to token holders. There will be cost advantages as the settlement layer to be using this coin rather than the other one, but you can denominate it, and we'll also use it as basically the glue coin to facilitate cross-exchange trading. So once you're within the ecosystem of exchanges and you've been vetted and you're onboarded, then the tokens that you supply can be used as locked or staked to collateralize against other exchanges. So you can basically rehypothecate your staked coins in other exchanges to basically amplify your ability to trade and realize value.
Okay, yeah, I have interest on your project, so yeah, we can reach out later. Thank you.
Good to hear that, Elaine. Thank you. Any other questions to Scott? Or we can move.
I have one question or two questions. Scott, what about the legal side of the story? Because basically a centralized exchange put a lot of legal pressure on the operator. So what's here?
Yeah. So the notion of what it means to have a centralized exchange, or what in the US in the Jobs Act they call a fundraising portal, the language doesn't conceptually make sense for this technology. Right, we're kind of ahead of regulations in that sense, where the notion of keeping a long-standing exchange used to be the understood to be what is capable, but now you can spin them up and tear them down just as freely as you'd like. So the regulatory aspect is incumbent upon whichever jurisdiction you're operating within, and whether you're operating what looks and smells a heck a lot like a security to unaccredited investors, particularly here in the US, but the use cases are way beyond particularly selling securities or things that smell and look like securities or securitized tokens to unaccredited US investors. Obviously, the world is much bigger than that. We're working with a team of lawyers right now to find the best path forward to basically eliminate the risk profile of ours, particularly to deal with that challenge. It is a real challenge, but it's incumbent upon whichever the exchange operator to be able to follow their whichever regulatory regime they're offering their coins under, and we're going to provide the guidance and the tooling to be able to support it to make sure that we're playing within the lines.
Okay, got you here. And can you please tell one, let's say, the biggest advantage versus some DEXs, or to launch, let's say, a pool on the DEX? What is the biggest advantage for the projects?
Sure. So right now, the technical feasibility of launching a DEX, it's getting easier, but truly, I mean, as you guys well know, you kind of have to be technically savvy to even understand what the hell a DEX is. You have the impermanence loss issue. You have illiquid assets where if you're trying to make any sizable trade, you're going to drastically impact the price that the coin you're trading against is hitting. You see that with basically illiquid liquidity pools. So we're operating a central model, but in a decentralized way. So our advantage over a DEX in that sense is it's not a DEX, so therefore it's not directly applicable to why you would use that. So that said, you can plug, so any API-driven DEX, you can plug into our exchange to provide a further source of liquidity to arbitrage against, if that makes sense.
Sure. Thank you. Does make sense. And yeah, let's chat later.
Sure.
Thank you, Stan, and thank you, Scott. Great presentation. We will follow up shortly. And by the way, just a reminder to all the founders, again, update your pitch decks and be sure that you edit our team in Telegram to make intros with VCs, because we already start receiving feedback asking for introductions.
Sure. Yes, my deck, I'll just quickly say the deck that I have uploaded is the longer form deck, which goes into more details. I chopped it down for the 5 minutes.
No worries. Thanks a lot. Mm-hmm. So let's switch to another protocol today, EYWA protocol, and founder and CEO Boris. Boris, are you ready? Yeah, you are on mute. Mm-hmm. Good. So
thank you.
Feel free to go on.
Yeah. Let's start it. EYWA, it's a cross-chain data and liquidity protocol that solves a number of key problems of the DeFi market. What problem I am talking about? First, there is problem of liquidity fragmentation. All multi-chain projects today have to divide their liquidity among many pools and DEXs, and this increases the volatility of their tokens. Second, cross-chain transactions remain complicated and insecure despite the large numbers of solutions on the market. There are no standards that allow developers to create cross-chain Web3 applications, providing access to all blockchains in one place. Our products change the current DeFi market paradigm by solving these problems. EYWA cross-chain data protocol provides developers with truly decentralized data bridges, allowing them to build smart contract management system across multiple blockchains. EYWA cross-chain liquidity protocol is both a hub, a liquidity connector, giving developers access to all DeFi liquidity from one DEX pool in any chain they choose. The EYWA cross-chain liquidity protocol also acts as a liquidity aggregator. With EYWA, you can swap any asset between any chains. We offer a complex solution to the challenges of multi-chain projects. We provide the ability to move their token between blockchains, giving them the tools to create their own single liquidity pool where users from different blockchains can buy and receive or sell the tokens. Our protocol allows developers to implement any cross-chain business logic within a single distributed Web3 application. Users will no longer need to make multiple transactions using different DEXs and centralized bridges for trading. To solve the problem of liquidity fragmentation, we are creating our own cross-chain meta assets. On the slide, you can see the first one, EYWA. It's a cross-chain stablecoin, fully backed by native stablecoins from major blockchain ecosystems. EYWA is non-algorithmic asset, convertible to any of the stablecoins backing it. It moves quickly with zero fee between any blockchains and brings stable income to liquidity providers. How are we going to change the market and solve the liquidity fragmentation problem with EYWA? Due to EYWA unique properties, any DeFi project can use it. Enables traders for different blockchains to buy or sell project token in one DEX pool in just one transaction using familiar assets, for example, USDT or USDC. Few words about the founders and team. I have a degree in math and programming. I am a serial entrepreneur. Before crypto, I had an outsourcing business, IT outsourcing business in crypto since 2017, used to mine, trade, and service over 300 nodes of many different blockchains simultaneously. I'm crypto investor, blockchain analyst, co-founder of 3 startups and DeFi asset management fund. My partners and myself have worked together in the crypto market since 2018. In 2019, founded an ecosystem for development and funding of AI and blockchain projects. DeFi Asset Management Fund and Blockchain Lab were created as a part of ecosystem, which then led to the EYWA project. The EYWA team consists of 33 full-time members, include 22 highly experienced blockchain engineers who previously worked at companies such as Google, Waves, Leadify, Virus Finance, Oxygen, PolkaSwap, Accenture, Central Bank of Russia. The team is decentralized and located in different countries: Turkey, Latvia, Ukraine, Emirates, Mexico, Georgia, Russia, etc. We have recently closed our DEX alpha testing. It's a cross-chain Uniswap V2 with gasless in 8 chains, both EVM and non-EVM compatible chains, for example, Solana. Over 150K users participating in the testing. 33,000 testers complete all tasks and hit the whitelist. We've received 6 grants from blockchain ecosystems and got prizes in 3 hackathons. We are currently testing our main components such as infinitely scalable Oracle network, EYWA cross-chain stable swap DEX with nested curve pools, and our cross-chain stablecoin, as well as developing data bridges for near Algorand and working on NFT bridge integration. About tokenomics, founders invested $1 million as a pre-seed investor, strategic and round 1 are closed. In fact, we've received $2 million from 8 VC funds for now. We are currently raising for round 2 of the private seed round, valuation $60 million. IDO will take place on 5 launchpads and 3 blockchains. It's a very small allocation to protect this token price. Thank you.
Thank you, Boris. You were perfect in timing. Thank you for your presentation and questions to Boris.
Hey, Boris. Thanks for the pitch deck. Very interesting. Can you please elaborate a bit more on token utility? So how is the token utilized within EYWA protocol?
Yes, sure. EYWA is a utility token used to secure EYWA Oracle network in role deposit consensus, get votes in DAO, and for yield farming like a curve protocol. We have a transaction business model. Our data protocol earns on cross-chain calls validation and liquidity protocol on cross-chain swaps and bridges.
Okay, sounds fair. And can you please elaborate, let's say, the difference or the main difference from projects like XLR, for example?
Our main difference from other data protocols is decentralization. EYWA Oracle Network is a potentially infinity scalable solution, unlike others. For example, Cosmos-based solution like XLR, maximum number of nodes is 100, and the rest are proof of authority. For example, multi-chain, poly network, layer 0. It's proof of authority solution. For liquidity protocols, EYWA offers more possibilities for users and developers. Swap and bridge any token between chains, create your own aggregate cross-chain pools in one decentralized solution, and provide the best experience for users. All cross-chain mechanics in one place.
Thank you. Yeah, very interesting what you are developing. Especially what I found the most interesting part is cross-chain decentralized bridging, because these bridges are, as we know, points of failure, points of hacking attack, and we hear every time that people are losing a lot of money, millions of dollars, because centralized bridge is hacked. And
first consensus hack, it's Ronin bridge, Axie Infinity. It's the first consensus hack for bridges.
And if we let's say have EYWA protocol which is very big scaled, then the probability of hacking is low, right? So it's decrease.
Yeah, it's very small.
Okay.
Thank you, Stan. Any other questions to Boris and David? Yeah, Elaine.
Yeah, hello. Yeah. So yeah, similar questions. Cosmos, IBC, and Tendermint are already very scalable. And how your solution can secure about the safety? Because you don't have the consensus without the trust. And yeah, can you explain about your security of a cross-chain? Because we have seen so many cross-chain solutions were hacked. Yeah.
Okay. See slide cross-chain, our cross-chain data protocol, please. Sorry, 1 minute. Leo, please show slide data protocol.
Just a second.
Classic deposit consensus hacked. For hack, you need 31% of total stake. 51% for hack this consensus. For our consensus, you need 200% of total stake for hacking this consensus. We used roll deposit consensus. This consensus used in Algorand in IOTX blockchains. It's bottle tested consensus. Our network may have infinitely, for example, many thousand peers, many thousand nodes in network. Cosmos-based solutions used classical BFT consensus. It's consensus not scalable. 1-200 nodes, it's maximum limit. Or need use sharding.
Yeah, they use sharding. Yeah, most of them use sharding.
Yeah. Axelar don't use sharding. Its limitations for cross-chain solutions. It's MPC, multi-party computation algorithms. For example, BLS threshold signature or TSS scheme. It's not scalable scheme. All solutions used small groups. It's very important limitation. Our consensus, sorry, my English is little. My translator translate for you, okay?
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
We can, talk. Thank you.
Окей, суть консенсуса нашего состоит в том, что мы выбираем группу валидаторов каждые несколько часов случайным образом.
So the main point about our consensus is that we select a number of validators randomly every 4 hours.
Можно сказать, что депоз-консенсус классический мало чем отличается от Proof of Authority, потому что там относительно небольшое количество валидаторов, они привилегированные.
Basically, we could say that the deposit consensus is very similar to Proof of Authority consensus. As the amount of validators is very small, very little, and they're kind of privileged.
В нашем же случае любой участник, у которого есть залог минимальный, может запустить свою ноду и участвовать в консенсусе. Их может быть тысячи.
And in our case, anyone who has a minimum collateral can run the node and participate in the consensus. So there could be thousands of those people, of node holders.
Для определения победителя мы используем лотерею с Verifiable Random Function, взвешенная по размеру стейка.
And to select the nodes, basically those are selected. They are the winners of the lottery with the use of VRF, Verifiable Random Function, and taken into consideration the size of the stake.
То есть для того, чтобы взломать сеть, вам нужно иметь много валидаторов с большими стейками.
So to hack the network, you need to have a lot of validators with large stakes.
Которые составят почти 200% от total стейка, чтобы со 100% вероятностью вы захватили большинство в эпохе.
And basically to make sure, or to make it 100% sure that you get control of the epoch, you need to have about 200% of the total stake.
Okay. Thank you for your answers.
Did it answer your question, Elaine, about security? Is it clear now?
You have to check all the protocol compared to other like Cosmos or Polkadot. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. And sorry for this language difficulties. Boris is learning English very promptly, but some technical questions he's still struggling to answer properly in English. I'm sure that in a private discussion, they will be able to answer it more rapidly and more in details. So any more questions to Eva? I think, no, for today. So you can follow up with questions privately also after introductions. Thank you, Boris.
Thank you.
Thank you, team. And let's move forward. I want to give the word right now to another startup, not protocol this time. It is gaming startup, iPlay Studio. Victor, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Everybody can hear me?
Yes, quite well. Can you start your screen share, please?
Yes, 1 second. I will start screen.
Yeah, but your screen is not full here. It's kind of quarter of your screen. Yeah, right now.
It's okay now?
Yep, very good. Please go on.
Okay, perfect. My name is Victor. I am the CEO and one of the co-founder of the company Midnight Works. It's a team leading company in game industry. We are about 3 years on top 100 studios in App Store and Google Play. And I will start a little bit about our team because we have a very big team and beautiful and professional. This is part of our team, but if somebody can can see more on the Instagram, and also about later we can discuss about our team because I can explain and tell like hours and hours. And I will pass to the project to explain what kind of project we are making. At this moment, we are making
token that we want to connect in future in our games. And this is a part of the team that is working on the project of implementing crypto token in our future game that we are working already 7 months. And I am the CEO, and here is the rest of our team, but also from another team from Midnight Works, where we have 100 employers. Everybody is also ready to interact and action in this project because they are part of our team. And I will show a little bit a few of our games that we made in last years. We are making something like 100 projects per year, but I will show you the most successful projects. One of them is Hasheria Drifter that have 40 million downloads, and the most important that what I want to show to you is the last case, Madness, a new game that we launched in February, and until this moment we have already 2 million downloads, and we have in this game 70,000 daily unique active users. And this is the point what I want to explain, because we have a lot of projects and we have a lot of experience and we know how to grow. Our big point is marketing. We have a big team in marketing, and also we have a partnership contract signed with TikTok, Snapchat, Unity, ironSource, Applovian, the biggest networks of marketing. And we want to make at this moment a new project. The project we are making is the Midnight Racer. We implement a lot of new features here, and we want to show to everybody, because we want to make something new, something that is not in the market. Okay, not we want to make, we are making. We have maximum 2 months to release the first version of this game, 1.0. We are coming with something done. We are not coming to attract something that we want to do. We have experience, we have team, and we are developing. The game is in process. And I will show you a few videos from this game. You can see, I think at this moment you are seeing here.
Yes, we see a video.
Yeah, here is a video from our game, and this is graphics, the cars, how you can race, and so on. Also, I will show a screen here. This is the car you can import. Most important that this car is an NFT car that you can upgrade it, and you can import our NFTs from different projects that you participated. You can import in this game, and to give more importance to your car, to give more rarity, then you can sell this car. And we want to make first game on iOS and Android that you can play anywhere, because doesn't exist any project that you have on your mobile. You can play to earn. You are sitting on the toilet, you are sitting and waiting for something. You can earn money. You can earn money, not just spend your time, but earn money. And this is very important. We have already, the project is 90% done. We have also everything in our team: development for blockchain developers. We have designers. We have generated a lot of NFTs, and we want to make something possible. I'm sorry, it's not too much time, but I will show you also the token utility, because you can staking here, you can playing in games, you can sell, buy with our token. And most important, we will connect this iPlay Studio project in not one game, but we want to connect in every game. Every game that we have a lot of games, but already we can connect it. And we are making also new games. We have 5 projects in development. Only this project, Midnight Racer, is implemented already with crypto. And I don't know, I can show you and speak a lot, but here is tokenomics. I have very small time, but I can explain. We have a big team. We have done success. You can check our company in Romania in official websites to see, because we know how to manage money. We know how to grow something. And I'm one of these. I'm the CEO and one of co-founder of this company. We are spending a lot of money, $1 million per month per marketing. And this project we want to implement like this, but we want to make it traditional. We will spend money and we will educate all the users to play to earn. We will earn money traditional by in-apps and by in-apps videos also. And with this, we will have a lot of income that we can promote more and more this project. We need strong partners, that somebody that can help us, can have experience in few projects, in a lot of projects. And if somebody is interested, I can explain, I can show real-time statistics. I'm sorry because my timer is too much, but I don't know. If you want, I can explain more, or maybe you can give some questions, because I passed the 5 minutes in my time it was.
Yeah, thank you, Victor. Great job. And you made me laugh with this motto, sitting in the toilet and earning money. I think it could be a good viral motto for viral promotion.
Yes, because everybody is sitting on the toilet and is playing, is looking TikTok and so on, and not to spend the time. You can earn, even then you can earn money.
Yeah, so let's see what investors will comment or ask you about. I'm very curious to hear. Harry.
Hello. Hi there, Nelly. Thanks for having me. Sorry, I'm from Pluto Digital. I'm the fund manager for Pluto Digital. I've never got to introduce myself, so I'll do that now. I'm in place for Asa Hutchinson, who's not on the call today, unfortunately. But yeah, so thanks for having me, Nelly. So I'll just give a quick intro and then I'll ask a couple of questions. So I'm from Pluto Ventures, which is a branch now. I'm from Pluto Digital. We invest in any Web3 infrastructure projects, from DeFi to metaverse, absolutely not limited. We like to support projects right through from development, even right after TGE. We like to stick right through it. We also obviously look to integrate certain aspects from our token optimization platform to having possible future collabs with our gaming projects. We've acquired a gaming studio in the past couple of months as well, based out of London, so we're quite excited about that. And the pitches have been absolutely great. And going on to Victor's pitch, absolutely loved your enthusiasm behind the gaming sector and how passionate you are about it. And I'd love to jump on a call and possibly see a demo and talk a bit more in depth about what you're doing. It'll be absolutely great. And maybe even see if there's any collabs options or how we can assist. And it'll be great. But no, it was great listening to your pitch. And I'll absolutely love the customization options. Like I think obviously they're not limited and you can go as far as your imagination can take you. So that's great to see as well.
We already implemented. Sorry, 1 second. We already implemented. You will have your avatar. You can grow. You don't just riding on the car. You can go. You can walk, and you can put clothes on from different brands. But we want to make partnership with ASICS, with Lamborghini, with who already have NFTs. And we can implement in our. We can already implement your boots, your glasses. Ray-Ban has already NFTs, Nike has already NFTs, ASICS and a lot of brands. I prepared a lot, but if to speak, I need minimum 2 hours to explain.
Yeah,
and
we'd love to jump on a call.
And I can show you real-time statistics from the app stores for all our games for the last 3-4 years. And you can look also, like I say, from our company, you can look our trend, how our company is growing, is only on profit every time, every year, and is growing every year.
Great. So, Victor, if you heard Harry already is willing to talk with you privately, so we will gladly introduce you after the session. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Harry, for your comments. And I saw that Elaine was also unmuting. Yeah, please
Hello.
go.
Hello, Victor. Yeah, I also have interest on your GameFi, and I wonder, yeah, cause I saw your official website. You have already the mobile version. So I'm wondering, is your game original was a Web 2 game, and make it on chain, or it's original? It's a Web 3 GameFi.
I didn't actually very well understand the.
Yeah,
Max can help me.
I can help you. Well, we have games, traditional games. This will be our first games with blockchain integration, and the blockchain integration will be realized by a web interface, a dashboard on your browser where you can connect your MetaMask, you can buy tokens, sell NFTs, buy NFTs. Everything you will done in your dashboard, and after that, all this stuff you do in dashboard will appear in the game, and you will just playing on your mobile as like in a normal game.
Okay, I totally understand. That's why I'm wondering, because it will be separated, right? If I download your mobile version, and I don't need to connect it my MetaMask wallet.
No. You can play. You can play without MetaMask like traditional game. This is the point that we want to promote, like traditional game, to earn money. Like we are earning money from all our traditional games, but we will promote step by step, and we will teach our customer, our player. We will teach how to play to earn process. We will teach how to change from a simple car to NFT car, how to gain money, how to gain real tokens, and so on. And this is we want to make a hybrid version, because this will help a lot, because we will have a revenue, a profit from not just revenue, but profit from the traditional side, and we will invest it back to grow more community, to bring more users, and even to do, I think, not 100, maybe 200, 300 million downloads. It is possible. It is possible because people will they will understand that you can play simply in mobile. They will attract each other, and we have also a multiplayer. You can put bids to play together on real tokens. If you don't want to play on real tokens, you can also only play by carrier and so on without NFTs.
Okay, thank you. And as for the tokenomic here, so you are single token or dual token?
Max.
Simple token or what token?
Like a dual token, so like 2 tokens or single token.
No, it's 2 token model. We have like in-game token, which is not a crypto token, but it's very important in game, because you won't be able to upgrade your car without in-game token, and you will earn in game. But also you will have the IPS token, the crypto token, which will be also important in the game. 2 token model.
Yeah, so the in-game token can't have the liquidity or like valuation, right?
Yes.
No, this is done especially because we understand that we need to give some rewards, and we don't want to give rewards in real IPS token. We give rewards in in-game token. After that, we boost the entities, upgrades, and after that, they buy a stock car without upgrades. They play the game. They use in-game token. They use IPS token to upgrade the car, and after that, they can sell the car for a high price.
Yeah, as we all know, the GameFi needs have to have the ability of onboard with the traffic and the users. What's your projects a marketing strategy to onboard with more web users?
For us, it's simple. Like I show you the last hour game, we just grow this game in 1 month. I can show also real statistics at this moment. If you want, for this game when we started, and 1 second, I can show you. Sorry, I can show you the statistics. Oh, here is the statistics for example, for iOS game, we will put from the 1st of February, and you can see here the number of sessions, the number of users, user activity. Here is real time. You can see how it was growing from the start. We have a lot of projects, not just only one project. I can show you the statistics. About traffic is not a problem because, like I said, we are a direct partner with Unity, with Snapchat, with TikTok, with Facebook and Google. We have signed contracts, we have a big credit line, and we can acquire a lot of user acquisition. User acquisition is, we have a team for 20 members only for marketing department. And for us, growing something, one project is not a problem.
Victor, I think Elaine was asking, how are you going to approach crypto savvy audience, right, Elaine?
Yeah, we want also, like we said, crypto audience. We want, with help of our partners, we want to make a lot of partnerships with different projects. Like they have NFTs, different partners that have NFTs already, and the different protocols that we can implement in our game and attract also crypto community. But not only by this, we will also educate the simple gaming community to crypto.
I can add here that we want to launch our NFTs not just on one blockchain, but we are looking for that our NFTs to be tradable on different most popular NFT marketplaces in Solana, in Polygon, in OpenSea, and so on. This will gain an exposure of our NFTs to a wide crypto market.
Okay, thank you. Take your time.
I will show you also the Madness project here, for you can understand how it was growing the process of users. We start marketing in 7th of February. We have 100 users, and at this moment we have 50,000 users in our game, daily unique active users. And I can show a lot of projects with the similar directly from Iron Source. Iron Source is a big platform that you can check, is a gaming in-app monetizing, in-app advertising gaming.
Yeah, thank you, Victor. I'm curious, Yavin wants to say something on this, since it is your domain.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, Harry and Elaine stole my questions already, so I can't ask them. But I do have 2 questions. So if I understand from the slide that you presented before, you are raising funds for the private round at the moment, correct?
No, private seed. We already done with our partners, because we have a lot of partners. We are 7 years on the market, and we have a lot of close partners. They wanted to invest when they hear that we are making something in crypto. We just raised $60,000 from the seed round. I will open here the keynote. We already okay, here I think, yes, it's completed. The seed round is completed, and yeah, we want to next go to private round with investor, and then with public round.
Yeah, of course, that's what I was asking about the private round. So you're raising funds for that round now, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And did you start that round already? Do you already have a commit? Okay.
This is the first presentation that Nelly helped us to come here, and we are working also hardly with InnMind and Nelly's team And this is just the first presentation because we've worked a lot of the project. We wanted to come with something, and in a few weeks we'll have ready the project. The project is 19% ready. We have done, everything is done. We are not attracting money for something that we are dreaming. We are attracting money for development in future, but we have enough power to finish even the first version and not even the first version.
So answering your question on, yeah, they are just starting literally now.
Yep, understood. Understood. Okay, sounds good. Yes, definitely I'd love to follow up and ask you. I have many questions, but I don't think now we'll have the time for it. So yes, absolutely, we should follow up and talk. And by the way, I might be able to help you with connections to the biggest car brands out there.
Yeah, this is perfect. This we need the partners to because we understand we need great investors, great partners to make our big community and to show to the people that we are making something new, something that is not on the market. Even because there are a lot of projects, but on web is not usually, it's hard to play. You need to go home, you need to be in the office, you need to have time. But everybody have a lot of time, and if you look the gaming industry, they have a lot of revenue and they have a lot of users.
Of course. Okay, thank you, and we'll definitely follow up.
Thank you, On. Thank you, Victor, Max. You can stop screen share now. Thanks for your presentation. And as you already got it, we will follow up with interest quite shortly. Yeah, Victor, can you please finish? Okay, good. So going to the next startup, and just to inform everyone, we have 2 more startups to pitch today. So the next one is Roosters Wars.
Hello, let me share my screen.
Yeah, Mike.
Okay, here we go. Roosters Wars. Roosters Wars is a vertically integrated metaverse. So here's the team. So we're actually a technology company called Metadana Tech. So, and this is the founding members. So right now we are already partnered with Polygon Studios. We already received a grant from Microsoft for startups. There's 55 plus full-time employees working in the company. I'm the CEO and co-founder. My background is in growth hacking and digital marketing. My co-founder is Michael John Peña. He's a Microsoft MVP for blockchain with 10 years of working experience. He's an innovation advisor to multiple enterprise blockchain technology that's already been funded by the Australian government. He's based in Sydney. Jaime Busa is our head of product. He's a former COO of Studio 9 Lives. He's credited in multiple Netflix titles, most notably Castlevania Season 4. Our gaming studio partner, joint venture partner, is Sir Ben Banta and Walter, which is from Ranida Games. They've been making games since 2008 and have produced massive hits with games that have produced millions of downloads. Sir Walter is a board member of the Game Developers Association of the Philippines. Dexter Paglinawan is our CMO. He's an NFT influencer with 60,000 subscribers. And our head of growth is Jed. He's an expert community builder. He owns a guild. He has 562 axes and has very extensive sales experience. So this is our experience in blockchain game. The most popular game that the studio has produced is Basketball Slam. It has over 10 million downloads on Android. It's top 10 in sports and still gets 300,000 DAU to this date. We already kind of launched the soft launch, so Roosters Wars, since December, and we have started selling NFTs and have so far generated $410,000 worth of sales. We launched the demo of the game last Monday, and we're kind of now averaging 100 daily active users. So with the stack of our team and their varied experiences, we have the ability to produce vertically integrated stuff. So Metadana as the company would like to identify as a Disney meets activation of Southeast Asia. So what's our mission for Rooster Wars? Cockfighting is big in the Philippines, and what we want to do is to save chickens. It's currently a $1 billion market size in the Philippines. It generates $120 million per month. You can look it up later how big it is in the Philippines. And the Philippine government currently makes $10 million a month from this through taxes. So cockfighting or sabong, as we call it in the Philippines, everybody knows about it. But Philippines also, on the other hand, is one of the biggest NFT gaming markets in the world, having been responsible for the hype of Axie. So the problem that we see in the P2E space right now are these four things. So single product track. Most people miss the fun essence of fun in the games because they're focused on the earning part. There's also very little value exchange models within the system. And for me as a marketer, there's an unutilized attention equity from engaged users. This is something that is being monetized in Web 2 and something that we want to capitalize here using Web 3. So our solution there is a vertically integrated IP with multiple business cases. We focus on the fun. We have multiple value exchange channels, and we allow the community to own in-game businesses so they can make money and utilize the engaged community. So our product is Rooster Wars. It's the Star Wars of the metaverse, vertically integrated community-owned brand. It already has a finished game, a scalable IP, esports ready, and has a scaled circular economy. So this is a stack that we plan to do with Rooster Wars. We already wrote an original story. It has a rock, paper, scissors type fighting game. It's embedded with DeFi aspects. We like to incorporate no loss competitions, yield farming, staking. It has that. We're also allowing white labeling of the game, so other developers can use the API or create their own game modes using the system. So with the business inside the game, it's actually user-generated in-game assets through skins. And we also are doing cross-platform interoperability. So we're actually partners already with one of the guys here, CREOEngine. So basically what this means is we're going to be exchanging NFT resources from each other's game. So maybe after fighting, you can get NFT from another game and vice versa. So Rooster Wars as a community is its own esports organizer. So we run it integrated with the system is our tournament model, which we allow advertising, of course. And then we build the brand, and it also currently has an affiliate program. So what's the business model of Rooster Wars? Actually, the main thing is the business is sustainable revenue through subscription model. We'll get into that later. Game licensing royalties through opening the API and allowing players to create their own games. In-game player generated economic value, and of course, advertising opportunities. So in terms of in-game biz ops, we're opening this will allow players to design their own in-game emoji and sell it on the marketplace. So with this, this is actually game critical. So you'll see on the if I have time, I'll demo the game on basically. It's like trash talking or emoji before you hit the button. So it's advantage in the mind games. Users can create their and sell their own emojis to other players.
Mike, we have less than 1 minute left, so please just finish what you wanted to say.
Yeah. So with the game, we have a create your own game mode using Game Engine as a scholarship program. So it has a one token system. Basically with all these utilities. The circular economy is basically we return the money paid through subscription is actually returned to the gaming rewards pool, and we share a fixed % of the marketplace fee to the community. So the in-game currency is an off-chain soft currency called Galonium and divisible only to GWIT, which is the utility governance token. So the subscription model here is that there's every 45 days the rooster burns out and loses the ability to earn. So unless the players survive it, they will stop earning. So yeah, this is the salient round table. We're currently on seed rounds. That's it. We already generated NFT pre-sales. We have partners with 10 plus guilds. We partnered with 30 plus KOLs and community and other communities. We built 140,000 community, a playable game. So this is the all the streamers and influencer partners we have. Yeah, and guild partners, there they are. Roadmap. Yeah, we already. Yeah, I can end from there. If there's not enough time.
I think that remaining questions we can go through during the Q&A. So
yeah,
okay. Relax. You do not need to say every detail in a page. Anyway, and I love the design. So, questions from investors. Please go on, guys.
Hi, thank you for presenting. So how long you been working on the project already?
We have been working on this since around this time last year. So our goal was to, before we launched anything, we wanted to finish the game first. So we started working on this since last year.
Understood. And you mentioned now that you're raising for the seed. So you're just starting to raise funds.
Yes. For the tokens, yeah.
Understood. And can you show me, I don't know if I missed it, but can you show me the slide from your presentation about the team?
The team? Okay. Wait. Let me share my screen again. Here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't miss it. I actually, now I remember what you mentioned. I remember because the CMO is you mentioned an influencer, so that's very beneficial, of course. And I wanted to ask you about your CTO or development lead. Let me see if I see it mentioned on the slide.
Yeah, I see Michael John.
Yes. I see him, and I see the experience with regards to blockchain. So I don't need to ask you about that. And one last question for now. Where is the company based?
The company is based in the Philippines, but we have an offshore BVI.
So the BVI company is going to issue the tokens?
Correct.
Understood. Okay, no more questions from me, but I'll probably have some more questions later on.
Amazing. Thank you, On. Any other questions to Michael and Roosters Wars? Who wants to save chicken?
Hi, Michael. It's Harry. Just a quick one. Sorry, just to see if I've got this correctly. I'm guessing anyone that has NFTs can onboard on your platform and vice versa. Is that what you're looking to do? So, for example, if there's another project that has NFTs, they can utilize your platform and integrate.
Yes. So in that, with regards to other NFTs, is like it's gonna be a drop. Like say, for example, they're fighting, and then it could be a drop from something else, from another game. And then we might also require, for crafting of the game, they need to farm on the other game, and vice versa, something like that. That's how we go about our game partnerships.
Okay, no, that's great. Yeah, no, very strong team. And again, we'd love to jump on a call and speak further and see what you're developing out there. But yeah, no, thank you. Thanks for the pitch.
Good, thank you, Harry. Any other questions? Not for today, probably. So, Michael, I'm sure we will have a number of introductions following up. Thanks a lot for your pitch. Great job.
Thank you.
Save as many chickens as you can.
Thank you.
Okay, so last but not least for today, definitely, we have NextMoon startup. So please unmute yourself.
Hey, everyone. Hello.
Hi, Jack.
Hello, everyone. This is Jack. Jack, yes. Hello. Nice to meet you all. So thank you for your time. I hope this last year to stay focused. We are NextMoon. The NextMoon project team, we are the metaverse recreating the real moon in 3D with virtual NFTs. Perhaps let's use half a minute before we start our presentation to show you something interesting. Can you see the share screen right now? Sorry.
No, you didn't start.
Oh, all right. Yes, sure. Can you see the share screen right now?
Yes.
Yes. So this is NextMoon. The demo moon that we have prepared over the last 2 months, that you can see that we have made a demo. This is online now. You can see that we have this astronaut, spaceship, and you can actually enter a spaceship, but we will skip the enter part. And we are now at the space, inside the spaceship, we can turn on the engine and you can fly around. So basically it is something that, that we have built over the last 2 months. Going back to the topic itself, why we would like to build a moon metaverse is one important reason is because we observe that the market, there is a virtual land price is increasing, really soaring. And we find that other NFTs projects are struggling to find real intrinsic value. That's why we think that virtual land in the form of a moon is a good idea, which goes to the second point that the space metaverse itself is something that the niche market, and we don't really see anyone doing strong players out there doing a moon metaverse. And also, of course, being on the moon with VR is a good idea, as we want to provide an immersive experience on the moon, since people actually traveling to the moon is unreachable in the near future, right? A glimpse on NextMoon is that there's 3 things. Is that the first thing is that you got to own a virtual land plot on the moon, as you can see here. And the second part is that you can explore, interact, and build on the virtual moon land plots that you own or you rent. And also, ultimately, you'll be able to build and create more things on it and interact with other users of this moon metaverse. Going back to our achievement is one of the important achievement, of course, is that what we have shown you just now, it is live now, is the moon demo. And the second thing is the Moon Land Explorer, which we would like also to show you with example, is that you can see here, you can see an explorer here. It is like a Google Earth-like thing, but it is the moon. We have extracted the geographical data directly from NASA. So this is the spatial structure, like you can see here. Each of the area is divided into land plots, which is, of course, in the form of NFT. And you can see here different land plots, but also some of the land plots definitely more valuable, because as you can see, this one is Apollo 11th. So this is something that we have achieved. And going to something more is that our marketing and partnership, we have a strong and expanding really fast community with 3,000 followers on Twitter and 6,000 followers on Discord. And also in terms of partnership, we have secured partnership with 10 and more than 10 NFT listing websites, including pre-approval of NFT listing on Magic Eden, which is a marketplace leader on the Solana blockchain, because we are Solana project as a starter. And also we are discussing Launchpad engagement with Fractal, also a top Launchpad. And in terms of the business model, we have different players here. Somebody would own a land and somebody would not, but both of them will have a chance to land on the moon. Although the explorer may need to pay entrance fee or profit sharing when they find resources on the moon. But the whole player cycle is basically you explore on the moon, you will find resources, you will mine it, and you will gather resources. You can start building and building facilities and infrastructure there. And then as more people joining your land plot, it's actually build an economy there, and then attract more people joining your team, and then you explore and get more resources. So, and in terms of the utility of our digital assets, we have, unlike most of the other games, but because we are at Metaverse, we emphasize virtual land. So we have a virtual land and also a token here. The utility of the virtual land basically is that we emphasize the ownership of the land and the resources. So you set the rules on exploration, development, and even taxations. And that's why you also benefit from the price appreciation, and you have got to have some passive income generated from the land. And in terms of the token, like most of the other metaverse, you use the token as in-game currency, and you'll be able to buy things, create things, and you also stake and earn from the appreciation. In terms of team, that I'm Jack myself here, and we have 4 founding core team members. What we have, I am experienced in, I worked in the center before starting NextMoon with 10 years of experiences. We have also run some other blockchain projects before, but then this one that we are starting with Docs this time, and then we started a series with 2 main work stream. Like we have also have Gato and Mark here, with who is a lead blockchain developer and a lead game developer. To quickly compare against other projects is that we are really starting as a seed round. Compare with other virtual land projects, one of our main feature is that we really have a limited land supply because it is fixed by the supply of the moon, right? So the moon of the land will not change. And also we are building on multiple platforms that we have a capability in VR development that will have plans to expand to the VR so that people can really have an immersive experience on the moon. To quickly talk about our raising details is that this is our seed round raising, and we target to raise a total of around $1 million. And it will be distributed in 50% to the token distribution and also 50% to the virtual land, which means that the investors can choose to invest in token or the land, or of course, both of them. With the fund that we received, that we target to expand our current team from 4 core developers to 10 more developers, and which is mainly for scaling up our development capabilities to release the Moon Metaverse. And of course, we want to spend a large part of the budget into marketing to help us build a bigger community. And our path towards the moon is that basically our roadmap is that what we have completed as the ideation and also the demo. And now in Q2, we are doing private sale, like we are talking to you guys, and also an initial NFT offering, which happens in May. And our target is basically to release a first version of the official release of the Moon Metaverse in the Q3 to Q4 of this year. So thank you for very much. And yeah. So any questions, please let me know and I can explain to you more.
Thank you, Jack. Thanks a lot for your presentation. Any questions to Jack? Who has ambitions for the moon? Since I don't see everyone here.
Yeah, maybe myself. So I'm on mute because I'm here with my kid. So I think it was a bit too long, right? This today's session very good, but a bit too long. Therefore, maybe somebody is tired. But we are so ScaleSwap is interested in the project, and let's chat after.
Okay, Stan.
So I don't have a question. I have a statement.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you very much,
Stan. Thank you. And yeah, Stan is right. Today we're more than 2 hours and a half. I apologize for that. But the next time we will have smaller set of startups and investors, and we will have shorter sessions. I promise to you not to be that tired. Elena, you have some questions?
Yeah, hello. So are you planning to launch your NFT on like Magic Eden or any Solana NFT marketplace?
Yes, yeah. We are planning to launch our NFT on Fractal. You may have that. This is basically on the Solana blockchain, the 2 main launchpad being Magic Eden and also Fractal. But Fractal is more focused on gaming and metaverse. That's why we chose to engage with Fractal. And so they have a good interface to attract more gamers and players who are interested in games, and they have good traction to help us to build the community starting from the Solana.
Okay, as for the VR part, so it's yours in your like some app or something to do the VR?
Yes, VR is of course something that we will start with. Currently, our demo is built based on Unity. This web base, and from that we will expand to the VR in the coming future, which is on our roadmap. That we will, after receiving the fund, we will release the Moon Metaverse first, and then go on that we will expand that into VR support. Which Ronnie is also here, our CTO. He made supplement.
Yes. So yeah, this is Ronnie. So I would if we have time, actually, we should share a bit more about experience. But my early experience in the career actually is working with a digital agency that is have some VR project, and then also one of our developer actually is have some project on the body tracking or something very fancy in the VR space. So definitely something that we would like to bring it together with the blockchain industry so that we can create very immersive metaverse experience. So yeah, any other questions?
I guess you answered the question.
Yeah, you answered my question. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Lei. Any other questions to the team? No? I guess the rest questions you can go through in private pitches. So I want to thank you guys. You can stop your screen sharing. Yeah, drag crown, please. Finish with that. And for today, we are finished. I want to say big thank you to all the VCs that were passionate enough to stay 2.5 hours with us. I see that our venture team, Abdul and Mark, have sent you already all the startup profiles of the startups pitching today. If you need additional pitch decks and of course introductions, please let us know. We will do it immediately. Big thanks to Mark and Abdul, venture analysts at InnMind, who helped to bring up and select all the startups among hundreds of applicants for this session. And of course, entrepreneurs, founders, thanks a lot. You did great jobs. We already received a lot of feedback from very prompt VCs about your projects. So we will start doing intros immediately that we have already. Usually we ask additional educational questions at the end of the pitch session, but I think after 2.5 hours, everyone is tired enough and everyone wants to go and already talk and schedule calls, etc. So I suggest to finish for today, and thank you everyone. Wish you good deal flow and prompt negotiation.
Thank you,
Nelly.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Everest. Thank you. Bye.